increase the fluid,
The fracturing
they
pumps
cover to
increase
the
the pressure
vent
of the fluid,
and they
sending it back
increase
to
the
the high
pressure
pressure
and inject to the
manifold to
valve.
the fracturing where it enters the well. The entire fracturing process is controlled from the treatment monitoring van. When the fracturing fluid reaches the perforations, pressure builds until the shale formation
Increase
fractures,
the
allowing the
pressure.
fluid to enter into the formation.
Increase the length of the
Additional fractures are
fracture.
created along natural zones of
When
weakness in the
increase the
shale.
length of the
These
fracture
fractures
also
are
create
contained
the sum of the
shale
branch.
formation well below the ground. After an initial stage of fluid called the pad is pumped to create a fracture.
After, yes, this is the pore pipe. After inject the fluid, you must inject the pore
At
pipe.
the conclusion of the
Pore
fracture,
pipe stay at the
allows the
fracture.
fractures to remain open so that the natural gas can flow
You
into
see
the
that?
fracture casing.
When
into the
fracture
surface.
is keep
This
open.
completes the first of several stages of the fracturing process. This process is repeated by lowering and pumping
Another
down
interval.
isolation plug and perforating guns into the wellbore to complete the next stage of fracturing. This time, the tools are conveyed into the well by a wireline unit, which allows the fracturing process to proceed much faster and more efficiently. A lubricator is used to control the pressure of the well while the operation is taking place. On the bottom of the perforating gun, a composite bridge plug is placed to
This is the
isolate
bridge
the newly
plug.
fractured zone.
To separate.
This ensures that the subsequent fracturing treatment is contained in the current zone. The perforating gun is again fired at roughly 50 to 80 foot intervals, creating a connection between the production casing and the shale formation. The fracturing process is then repeated
As the
until all
same,
of
it's
the
a repeat. You see that? Many of the contracts, it must be a state for the hydraulic fracture. Because we have a high, it must be high enough pressure. We have a many of the tank because we use the many of the fluid, like the water. Also, we have a many blender to suspend the pore pump and blend with the fracturing fluid. But many of the well parameters also affect on the hydraulic fracture. First, trajectory. If the well is vertical, deviated, or horizontal, we must be use the special equipment. Okay? So is the effect. Another is the type of the compilation. Reservoir compilation, case pole, and related to the operation and the treatment and the stimulation of the any operation, not hydraulic fracture. Also the surface facility, because the surface facility have a high collapse and the burst resistant to inject the high enough fluid pressure. Another of the important operation, perforation. We do a perforation in many of the wells. It's very, very common operation. It's maybe happen at the new well or maybe for the production well. For the recompilation, may be used for the recompilation. We identify the efficiency of the perforation by the production log. As you remember, production laws analyze the efficiency of every perforated by determining the amount of the fluid production. In the many of the well, because of the production, because of the sand deposit, because of the asphalting deposition, maybe some of the perforation hole is blocked, so we need a reperforated. One of the reasons that we need a reperforation is poor inertial perforating. Three parameters is very important for the perforation design. First, explosive material. explosive material must be have a thermal stability. Because we do a perforation at the bottom of the well. If it have a low thermal stability, it's exploded in unwanted interval. So we must design the explosive material. The best of the explosive material is TNT or HMX. It's very common. Another important parameter is SPF. Do you remember what is the SPF? Shot per foot. Shot per foot must be optimal. Means the number of the hole in the 1 foot of the tubing. Okay? But it must be optimal. If we increase the shot per foot, we lose the integrity of the tubing. It has a many hole and easily collapsed. If shot per foot is low, we have no interface between the well and the formation. So it must be optimal. The third parameter that is very important for the perforation is gun diameter. We have a many size of the diameter of the hole. Gun diameter controls the size of the perforated hole. We must be also design. But this is the 3 parameter effect on the perforation. But at first, we must be determine the perforated interval. Before the perforation job, we must be design and choose the appropriate interval for the perforation. First parameter that affect the choosing of the perforated interval. It's have a good reservoir parameter, high porosity, and a high permeability. As a result, have a high recurrent material. Okay? We do a perforated at the reservoir interval. Also, we do a perforation after the running a casing. After running a casing, we do a cementing operation. So, the cement behind the casing must have a very good quality. Because if we have a bad quality of the cement, it's easily have a channeling behind the casing. Okay? This is the sum of the vertical and the many of the important parameters related to the choosing and doing the perforation operation. Hydraulic rotation. Hydraulic. We just do a hydraulic rotation and activate and start the explosion.
Remotely?
Not remotely. Activate by the half rotation or maybe activate by the hydrostatic pressure.
I mean perforation guns. There is many types of perforation guns. Each one can activate in a different way.
Exactly.
And remotely, and also timer.
No, we have no perforation gun activated by the timer. We have 2 types. Yes. One activate mechanical, another activate by the electrical. Electrical used in the wire line. The name of the job is HSD, high shot density. But in the TCP, we use the mechanical activators. We have a no timer because if you decide it's activated 2 or 3 hours later, it's maybe gonna have a problem.
Yes,
He start at the surface.
Yes.
Yes.